Greg and Jane Hamilton Parker are the world's most psychic couple. Can they speak to the dead and bring messages of hope in these troubled times? Join them for an evening of mystical talks, world predictions, and spirit messages.
So, you know where we are.
Dyrham Park.
Durham?
Where is it?
Durham?
What's it called?
No, we're in the wrong place if it's Durham. That's right up north.
Well, the Cotswolds.
Dyer something it's called.
Well, even you don't know.
No, we've driven Dyrham Park.
Near
and
enough.
we've gone right up, we've gone miles and miles and miles, right up through Chippenham and up nearly to Bath. So that's where we are.
Right.
Okay. Right, welcome to
Father's Day adventure.
Dyrham Park. Father's Day adventure, yeah. Okay. Bloody hell, £23 a person to get in.
How much?
£23.
That's gifted one, but
So they've got a
standard
tea room,
Yeah.
house, exhibition, shop, garden. It's open to 4:30. Okay.
That's what I see. You have to stop loading to get back
Looks
in.
like it's So it is, like I said, a big park. The woman directed us up the main drive, but we decided to take the long walk. So it's probably about half an hour walking to get to the house, I think. We get into the first part here. So this should be the number 3. The old lodge. There could be a cafe down here though. Quite big views everywhere. Well, that was a really long walk already, and we got halfway point, and we got ice cream stop, of course, here.
And I definitely don't want to be taking photos of me eating ice cream.
So I said to the woman when we got here, what is this place? And she said, oh, it's all to do with slavery and things like that, with the Jamaicans and things, and boats or something, like Bermuda boats or something like that. Barbados, she said, didn't she? And I said, oh my God, it's not one of these National Trust woke exhibitions, is it? We've changed all the history. She said, no, we've changed our ways. We're starting to put proper history in now.
Oh, good.
So hopefully it will be some proper history. It says, so in the park, talking about our trees and ponds, Baroque house has been recently restored. She said it was on some programme on BBC or something recently about this program. There's a series on there. And more conservation work is underway in the house created in the late 1600s by William Blathwayt. Pictured below. Now it is, that's in. And there's an exhibition there in the old lodge. Major redecoration. It doesn't tell you much about the house itself though.
When you're inside, it will.
No, so it's something to do with slavery and things like
Ice
that.
cream smelting.
Okay, let's go and see what's at the house. Walk now. Ready for another hike? I was right. Park. It's not the right word. I knew it would be a lot of walking. And there's me with busted kneecap. Yeah, the entrance is there, I think.
Oh, no. I don't know how to get them.
They're in church, I say. Clock's broken there. That must be it there, Jane.
Did you see those 2 pools?
Yeah, that's the way, through those white doors.
Oh, nice. What about that? What's that? This way.
Only open till 4 o'clock.
That's ridiculous. Isn't it?
Bloody ridiculous. They don't make us walk all that way. Oh, it's still open. We're okay. We're worried it'd be closed.
Hello, welcome. Hello. You can go that way first. Yes. Just a quick introduction to the house from those first couple of rooms, and then follow the later around with lots of information on the written stuff.
Okay, thank you. Well, the video told us that this was all built by basically the money from the colonies. And the guy, during the time of William the Orange, assembled lots of money through the slave trade, I suppose, mainly. And fake pictures, I think, there, right?
Prints.
So it's more like a bit exhibition all the way through, really. It's
William Blathwayt stopped off here for a pasty on his way to Penzance.
So the guy's called Braithwaite or something.
Craig. I think my family was better in Italy.
This is an older period, isn't it? So it's not like the sort of stately homes and all the fancy paintings and things so much. Actual paintings.
Have a look along those rooms first, and then the route goes that way.
Okay, thank you. Bet you say that a lot of times every day. So this, it says, is a reception room. Looks like it's for dwarfs.
Right, which painting?
Yeah, this is the best bed chamber above stairs. Opulent rooms that form the state apartment. In anticipation of a royal visit. So you have to have this in case the royal family drops in, I guess.
They're waiting for you. Do you mind if I go out? I find it a bit much in here.
Where shall I meet you though? I don't know where the exit is. You're going to go to the shop, all right.
Okay, I'll wait outside there if it's too humid.
Shop all right?
Okay, there's some water. I thought it was going to faint in there.
Why?
She said you have to go upstairs, and I didn't for me to go upstairs. She said, you're all right? I said, I need to get out. I feel so hot. And the lady, I said, Carol, let me out. She said, would you like some water? I said, yes, please, but I've come over faint. So I've got to come and sit under the cool.
So what did you think of that place today? I thought it was a pretty weird sort of place, really.
But when we went in the house, I had a funny feeling in that house. I felt faint and I couldn't go any further. And I came all over hot and I thought I was going to pass out. I thought something terrible's happened in here. And I said to the man, how can I get out here quickly, please? Because I'm coming all over hot. I don't feel right. He said, oh, you've got to go up those stairs. I said, oh, I don't think I can make it upstairs. He said, we'll go and ask Carol by the door. And the lady got said, are you all right, ma'am? Are you all right? I said, I feel awfully hot. And she got me a glass of water. And she opened the door. She said, you don't look very good. I said, I'll be all right if I get on the fresh air. And I made myself through the courtyard. and went around. It was a weird experience, like something horrible had happened in that place. And you thought I was going to a shop, but I found a bench to sit down, and then you came out. It was sort of a weird, eerie feeling. It's like something wasn't right. And I was looking at those mirrors in that place, and it didn't feel right, and it felt like that place had been stripped, but it didn't have a good feeling with it. It felt like get out quick, because you might be picking up an entity or something here that isn't right. Get out quick, you might have something that is going to attach itself to you. That's how I felt, and I came all over and I had to get out quick.
Yeah, as I walked around the corridors and things, I mean, it was all, I went upstairs and looked at it all up there, and it's all sort of dark paneling and sort of very dreary, heavy sort of energy to the place, I thought, sort of. And it was the people that run it, that guy that run it, Braithwaite or something, whatever his name was basically spent all that money. Had come from pretty dark money, really. It had come from the slavery, ultimately, from Barbados and people. He was there apparently sort of organising the king's taxes and things like that had come in from those isles.
Or they were bringing sugar, tobacco, and all
slaves
and things like this. It didn't feel nice. And I looked at some of those paintings, and it's not that I saw transfiguration going over them, but it just felt they weren't real.
Yeah, everything didn't feel quite right of that place.
Yeah,
it wasn't sort of like it wasn't like a sort of haunted house feel. It was more like a sort of a very heavy feeling, like just before a thunderstorm, you know, just before something bad's going to happen.
Dark forces.
Yeah, a very dark place.
Yeah.
And it's a shame we couldn't really talk while we were in there, because people were around us and things, but Jane and I both felt very disturbed energy with that place. It was sort of something a bit sick in your stomach, and yet we'd had such a nice day getting there. Beautiful drive, went through some incredible scenery, took a special route that took an extra hour so that we could go through all the sort of the most nice national park type of areas, and yet when we got there, it was not very nice, was it?
Perhaps it needs clearance.
So that needs a clearance, that place. Yeah.
You like the ice cream then?
The ice cream was nice. Yeah, rhubarb ice cream we had, which made it all worthwhile.